The turmoil in world markets this week has raised concerns about the strength of the world's emerging market economies, but one potential bright spot is India, and the International Monetary Fund predicts it could soon be the world's third largest economy. And as part of its India Rising Day, BBC World News spoke to Finance Minister Arun Jaitley. BBC's business editor KAMAL AHMED asked the Finance Minister about country's reform momentum going forward.
Now, the government has been functioning in an environment where globally, at least, the environment is not very supportive at the moment. Notwithstanding the constraints, Prime Minister Modi's government, almost by the day, is continuing to move and reform in the right direction. And slowly but surely, the results of which are also showing. In an environment there is a relative global slowdown, India seems to be doing reasonably well. We finished last year with 7.3% growth rate. We'll probably finish this year with a slightly better growth rate than that. And next year, hopefully, will be a little better.
What's your message to businesses looking at India as a possible destination for investment? Is it one of optimism? For a lot of businesses concerned in the past about retrospective tax changes, bureaucracy, the difficulty of doing business in India. What is the new message you're sending?
Retrospective taxation is concerned, one of the first statements we made was this government will never resort to that practice at all. My messages to people wanting to do business in India, that there's a red carpet laid down for you. India needs the investment, India invites an investment, and we are going to be one of the more investor-friendly destinations.
The roads are still tough, it's still hard to get around, the traffic is still very bad. How much further do you need to go?
See, I'll tell you, as far as infrastructure is concerned, there are segments where we are doing quite well. There's a huge improvement in airport quality. There's a significant improvement in port quality and the number of ports, but the capacities have to further expand, considering Indian economy is expanding. So even though infrastructure is improving, but it's still a far cry from what an ideal infrastructure should be.
How much have you been able to do to tackle what some people see as a negative, which is India's huge bureaucratic systems?
The procedures are a little complicated, and therefore from the central government downwards, right till the states and the municipal bodies, cutting down procedures has been one of the priorities as far as government is concerned.
Many people say that India is very good at talking about reform and doing things. China just gets on and does them. Is democracy one of your biggest drawbacks?
I think democracy is one of our greatest strengths. And as a democracy and a developing society which still has a lot of many poor people, the challenge of reform is always greater. Because you have to convince those segments of society which haven't benefited from the growth processes yet that reforms are good for them. And I think the processes could be slower, but it's a more stable system.
All right, we'll take a break on that note with news that the market